Okay, class. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. One of the things that I'm going to do is demonstrate how to set up the terminal services for you. I'm going to make sure that I roll back. Go back to clean state there. Kind of while that's happening, I want to take note that 192.168.54.10, making sure I'm plugged into the appropriate switch. So let's have a look at making sure that I'm plugged into the right switch. Come over to my server over here. Says that I'm on 192.168.54.1. That should be fine. Check out here, I'm on lab switch 1 there. Let's have a look on this guy. Make sure I'm plugged into lab switch 1 as well. Do a quick ping. I mean, it's probably the easier thing. Okay, looks like I'm pinging back on that guy. And one of them is plugged into the lab switch 1. All right, so at this point in time, we need to add the role. You're going to have to do a reboot on this one. So we'll come down and we'll launch the server manager. We're going to add a role. Next, we are going to do a role-based feature and server 1. And we're going to do remote desktop services. Next. We're going to do desktop remote session host. So I'm going to cancel that off. Do it again. Add a role. Role-based. Server 1. Come down to remote desktop services. And then we want remote desktop session host. It's going to say I got to add some other features. That's fine. Next. I'm going to restart this whenever I'm done. Click on install. It might take a minute or so to do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sign back in. This time I'm done. I've rebooted and everything should be good. So I'm going to come over to my workstation. And on my workstation, I'm going to launch the remote desktop connection. Right there. I want to connect to 192.168.54.1. Now, one of the things that might happen on yours is it's going to pop up and say like WS1. You need to make sure that you're connecting to the right thing. So you might want to click on use a different account. Make sure the domain says server 1. I'm not creating another account over on my server to be part of this. But if the instructions told you to do so, you want to go ahead and do that. So I want to click on connect. It should be a fairly quick thing that happens. It might pop up and ask, do you trust the credentials? You're going to say yes, you trust those because it is your server, so you know that you can trust those. I'm going to do a ping. Usually it's quicker than that. Oh, there's something. Yep, so it pops up and it says identity remote computer cannot be verified. Do you want to connect anyways? Yes, I do, and I'm going to say it's perfectly all right. Yes. And now I'm in. It might pop up and ask you for your username. Now notice that over here, the way that this particular software is set up, you can't see what I'm doing on the machine at the same time. But I can come in and just to kind of prove to you, I'll put a new folder on there. And if I log back in over here, it's going to log me off on my workstation. There you see it'll say it was ended, and there's that new folder that I just created. Matter of fact, it's still highlighted because I just did that. All right, so that should take care of you. If you do have any other questions, let me know. But that should help you out with that Lab 3.2. I had a couple people ask for help. One of the things I recommend you start doing is, start getting comfortable with adding roles. So one of the things you can do is come through and look at each one of these roles. And as you click on it, notice it tells you the description. You really should go through these because these are, pretty much everything that a server can do, everything you're really going to want. So make sure that you're doing that. Don't forget to Google things, and you can still ask me, but I want to start giving you less and less help with things. So kind of keep that stuff in mind as you move forward. Have a great evening.